let's do some midterm review. This problem is on the first page of your midterm review, and it may look familiar because you had a very similar problem in your classwork. In general, y'all are pretty good at actually solving for x. These problems normally don't give you any trouble. What messed you guys up was this here. What some of you wanted to do was multiply by 2. But when you multiplied by 2, you only multiplied this term. When we solve for x, we can manipulate these equations as much as we want, as long as whatever we do, adding or subtracting or multiplying or dividing, as long as we do the same thing to both sides. And by both sides, I mean the entire side. So for this, if you do something to one side of the equation, that means you have to do it to the whole section. That means that when you're multiplying, you have to multiply both terms. And that's a little bit complicated. It's a little bit more complicated than is necessary. So I'm going to solve it a different way. And when we're done, I'll go back and I'll show you how to solve it by multiplying by 2 first. The easiest thing to do is to start by adding 8 to both sides. And that gives you x over 2 equals 23. And now that we have a 2 down here, we can multiply both sides of the equation by 2, and we're left with x equals 46. That's it. That's how you solve the problem. But there's always about 50 different ways to solve any one problem. And now I'm going to go back and show you how you would solve it if you started by multiplying by 2. So when I say what we do to one side, we do to the other side, I mean the entire side. So, when we multiply by 2, we have to multiply both of these terms. So, let's start by multiplying by 2 and try it and see if we get the same answer. I'm going to start by distributing and getting rid of these parentheses. And now I can cancel these 2's, and when I multiply 2 times 8, I end up with x minus 16. And on the other side, I have 30. So now, if I add 16 to both sides, I have x equals 46. Same answer. And we're done.